Nothing draws you in or pushes you away like the western backcountry. The views, the sounds, the elements, the reality, the challenges, and the majesty. This is what is known as the pleasant misery of mountain hunting. I began to crave it at a very young age. There, in the back of the Outdoor Life magazines in my elementary school library, was a small ad for Dall Sheep hunts in the North Country. There wasn't much in the way of articles and videos then, but I took in everything I could find. It was enough to make me know that one of my life goals would be to hunt them in the harsh country they inhabit. Preparation is the key for any mountain hunt. A gritty mindset might make you capable of getting to the places you need to, but you likely wouldn't enjoy it. I wanted to enjoy the experience, no matter how physically or mentally grueling it may become. When the opportunity finally presented itself at age 45, I was prepared. No trip to the North Country would be complete without delays. I waited anxiously for a couple days for my bush plane to be able to get me to base camp number 1. The next day, we would shuttle to our next base camp. The plan was to make a big climb to a key vantage point from there. Mother Nature had a different plan. For 5 days, the three of us sat in a 3-man tent under pouring, relentless rain and wind. The visibility was 0, so it didn't make sense to get ourselves and our gear soaking wet only to get to our spike camp and vantage point and not be able to see. When the weather finally broke, we shot out of the tent and up the mountain like horses at a starting gate. We finally got a break in the weather. We're packing up right now and we're about to make a big climb and hopefully relocate our sheep where we hope they will be, and we'll possibly be putting on a stalk today. If not, we'll be pitching a spike camp a few miles from here, and it's getting exciting now. The climb was tough but beautiful. I'll never forget the smell of sheep as we made the climb. Sign was abundant. Although half of our trip had been eaten up by delays, optimism was high. Our guide, Derek Harbula, was a great companion and host. I often think to myself how key the people we share these experiences with are to the overall enjoyment. As we crested the end of a knife-edge ridge, there was a beautiful, small pad of lichen, just big enough to pitch 2 small tents. We pitched camp, got organized, and quickly got to work looking for sheep. The setting was exactly what I had imagined for decades. The view from camp was nothing short of spectacular. It was a giant bowl, over 3 miles across, catching glacial melt at the bottom, a natural source of water and minerals for the wildlife. Just over us is a bowl where you can see a long ways, and this is where we expect to find the sheep. It's nasty country, but it's beautiful up here. You can actually smell the sheep where we are right now, so we know they spend a lot of time in here. This is sheep hunting. It's good stuff. Before long, we spotted sheep. We got three, and then one separate ram that just joined together. There's 4 of them. All of them are a little too young, but we know that there's a big one in here, or there was the other day. We think he's still here, so we got a great vantage point. We're camped way up on top of this huge bluff, and we're just gonna keep an eye on this spot. They seem to like to come to this lake at the bottom down here. Watching wildlife for days from a distance has a way of grounding you. You start to sync with the mostly slow rhythm of nature.
So we're up here camped out on the crest of the mountain, and all we've got for water is snow that we went and picked out of the bank over here, and we're using our jet boil to make some good old mountain house. Staple for sheep hunters. It's good stuff. We're enjoying it. We got 4 rams spotted down below today. Pretty sure there's another big ram in there with him. He just wasn't in there today. So looking forward to going back there in the morning and seeing if he's rejoined his buddies.
All this cold air from the valley and where it's snowed up north of here has met that sunshine, and it's just completely white out now, but we think it'll burn off here in a little bit. Got these same 4 rams down below us, hoping that the big boy's gonna join them soon. He was in here just a few days ago, so I'm hoping he's gonna make it back.
On the afternoon of the 3rd day, things suddenly got very exciting. A ram Derek had scouted earlier in the season suddenly appeared on the opposite crest of the giant bull. As I quickly acquired him in my spotter, I was immediately awestruck by his size. His body was twice the size of the younger rams we had watched for several days. His horns were massive and seemed to curl around and around like a corkscrew. He was everything in my sheep hunting dreams. We watched him navigate the technical terrain that would have taken a skilled mountaineer several hours in a matter of minutes to make his way to the sacred glacial melt.
We've been waiting on this sucker for all week, really, but Big Ram finally showed up. Right here, he's coming over that saddle. He's coming over that saddle over there. And he showed up right where we thought he would come into this bowl. Great big ram.
We hastily began making our own descent to try to intercept him at the bottom. As we got to the bottom and peeked over the boulders we were using for cover, much to our dismay, he had already drank and joined the band of young rams to take a nap on the steep wall of the bowl. With the vantage he now had, we were pinned down with no approach.
We took a chance, but we were way up there, way down here from the gun line. Might as well be down in position. So supposed to win doesn't give us out.
We had 2 choices. Make the brutal climb out of the bowl back to base camp, only to turn around and drop back into the bowl early the next morning, or wait it out in the bottom of the bowl until first light the next morning. We opted to hunker down, but with no cover and no wood available, it would be a long, cold night. We had no warm gear, tents, bags, or bivvies to make the night pass more comfortably. That's okay. Through great suffering comes great rewards. Sometimes.
Well, we got stuck out here last night. We elected not to make the climb back out of this valley because the ram that we're after is over in this box canyon here, and we felt like we needed to stay in position to catch him early. And so we slept on the ground right here. And we didn't actually sleep, but we passed the time on the ground here last night. Got rained on right at the beginning. It was a long, cold night, but hopefully it'll be worth it today.
As the light began to crack, we anxiously crept up to peer over the boulders to spot the sheep. To our surprise, the sheep had already gone to water and were leaving. We urgently began running from boulder to boulder to keep cover and try to get within range of the sheep before they started climbing up the cliffs. When we were able to get within 500 yards, I decided I would take my shot. Now, I'm a bow hunter, but this was a once-in-a-lifetime hunt for me, and success was important to me. In that moment, I was happy to have a rifle. I shot and could see the ram was hit, but he had very little reaction.
You gotta turn broadside and clear.
He stopped again at 542 yards. I took a very deep breath and slowed everything down for the squeeze.
You went down, Brian. Good job.
Oh!
You hung in there,
Can you
man.
believe that?
That's awesome. You think it was worth it now? Sitting out all night and freezing?
Oh!
I think it was worth it.
So yesterday we get down, we make the big climb down, and we I'm beside myself. we make this huge descent down this mountain. We get within 933 yards of these sheep, and this ram is just a bomber, and they move away before we can get in range, and finally this rainstorm comes in. We decide to, rather than make the big giant climb up the hill to be right back in the morning, we decided to stay out in the bush overnight. No sleeping bag, no tent, no nothing. Got rained on. Derek almost froze to death.
And you know something? It was all worth it. I'm not cold. I'm not wet. The best way to warm up is by killing a ram.
We did jumping jacks, we did push-ups, we did squats, we did everything to keep ourselves warm. Not a wink of sleep among all three of us. Wait for the sun to crack this morning, make our way up to our lookout point, and we caught them just in time going to get that drink. They were headed back up into the hill. The wind is still coming down right now because it's early, but it's about to switch anytime now. As soon as that sun's up, those thermals will start drifting that wind right back to them. And it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. That was my furthest shot. We think it's 542 yards. That sheep is down, his face is up. It's all good.
After properly reflecting, I wanted my wife to be the first person I told, so I gave her a ring on my sat phone. I knew she would be one of the few who knew what this really meant to me.
And I wanted you to be the first one to know. We've been working really hard since we got out, and it all worked out. It's unbelievable. I love you. Well, we got to go cape this ram and get him boned out, and then we got a huge pack out to get him out of this bowl. So it's going to be an all-day deal, but I love you. Thank you. Tell them I love them. Thanks. All right. Bye. That's a good woman. He is awesome.
What's the sheep hunt? You don't know.
You give everything you've got. I prepared 13 months basically for the prior sheep hunt that I did. Stayed with it through this one. You gotta have a lot of respect for an animal like that. It's a big deal to me to to take that animal.
I know what it's like. I never had an easy sheep hunt. I get emotional every time.
Yeah. You have to have preparation, hard work, and grace to get to a place like this. It's unbelievable. I'm just thankful.
Usually my stalks last 6 to 8 hours. We really got to count part of yesterday.
Yeah.
And then during the weather and the rain.
This is like
this goes up with one
16 hour stuff. Oh my gosh.
Disbelief. The trip had come full circle. Delays, confinement, and water torture turned to a scene I now play like a movie in my head. It just didn't seem real. This was a ram Derek had seen a year prior but couldn't get him. As we approached the ram, I suddenly had no words. All I could think was how thankful I was for everything, including the setbacks. After all, the setbacks in life are what help us appreciate the victories. The contrast makes them that much better. When you work your whole life toward a goal and it comes to fruition, it's best to take your time and truly appreciate the moment.
Good job.
I'm just speechless.
This is a special animal right here.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh.
He's an old ram.
His teeth are just worn right down to his gum. Any sheep hunt is about as tough as hunting gets, and I really personally think, especially stone sheep and Dall sheep are extra tough just because of the areas they live in, what you got to do to get to them, and then what you've got to do to get them out. But this thing is absolutely enormous. He's massive, he's long. This is a dream Dall in anybody's book. I feel extra privileged just to be able to even be here. I'm actually speechless. Just can't say enough about it.
After we broke the ram down, the pack out began. The pack was the heaviest I've carried, and it creaked with every step. The climb to camp would be 8 hours of slow but continuous forward progress. Every step was an effort. Sometimes when you have a difficult climb, it's smart to mentally break it into smaller pieces so you can see your progress along the way. I chose a rock I wanted to get to. When I got there, I picked another. Rock after rock until I reached the top. That climb was a good metaphor for life and goals. If you maintain continuous forward motion towards your goals, it may be grueling and it may be slower than you like, but at the crest, your reward awaits. In this case, it was getting out from under that pack, getting dry clothes on, and boiling some snow to make my meal before I went to sleep. Just as we settled in, our bush pilot, my great friend Cole Hawkins, flew in and buzzed our camp. He was flying extra slow, and I could see his big smile and a big thumbs up as he got a look at my ram. As we said goodbye to that camp, I felt overwhelming gratitude and a bit of sadness. I knew I'd probably never see that little perch in that absolutely beautiful spot again. I was glad that I let the setbacks earlier in the trip roll off my back so that I could fully appreciate what a blessing this moment in time was. The answer to my 4th grade hopes and dreams. A picture of why I always say there's more to the hunt. Check out our new book, Winning with the Wildlife, only on Amazon.